What up, YouTube? Big Lou East Coast Review back again with another review, and today we're here to do a review on the Timekeeper. That's right, this is the Avidlyfe Timekeeper, Batch 1, number 143. Now, where did I get this device? I got it from a friend of mine that we call Shot C. And if a lot of you out there know or don't know, I own a juice line called Crew Juice. I rarely ever talk about it on my YouTube channel. Just rarely ever talk about it. Simply because I just put a juice line out there just for people to vape on if they like the flavors, and that's it. I'm not this guy who creates a YouTube channel that, you know, wanted to create a YouTube channel so I could build a shitload of followers and then turn around and sell juice to them, okay? In honor of the people that support me, I called it Crew Juice, C-R-E-W, Juice, because I basically named the subscribers to this channel my crew. Okay, so I said, you guys support me, so I wanted to do something to honor you guys, so I came out with Crew Juice. So it is my line. And in that line, I have a flavor in there called Shot C. Which, Shot C, it's for my friend Connor, okay? I named it after him. The reason why I named it after Connor is because he's a big supporter in everything that I do, okay? Connor has actually read the comments in the videos and seen people say, you know, like, dude, I'm in I don't know, China right now, or I'm in Korea right now, I'm posted over here in the military. I have no vaping devices. I have no this, no that, blah, 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 blah. I have no access to vaping material. You know, can you email me something, or can you mail me a device or something? And Connor has went ahead and literally mailed a device, like, didn't ask for money or anything. And I thought that was great. That was, like, insane. He didn't ask me. He didn't go through me. He just saw the comment, jumped on it, emailed the guy, says, dude, what's your address? I'll send you out a device right now. Because he works at a vape shop called VaporMax. And he, you know, he jumped on it himself, spent his own money, and sent a device out to this guy. And, you know, you don't really know sometimes if somebody is in that position. But he emailed them and says, you know what? This guy's fighting for our country. Let me do something in honor of that. So he jumped on the opportunity and mailed this guy a device. And he does a lot of that. It's not just that one guy. He does it often. Never talks about it. Never speaks about it. Doesn't want recognition for it or anything like that. But I want to give him a shout out, basically. And I talk to him back and forth on Facebook and Instagram, and we talk about mods, because I'm a mechanical mod guy, you know, so a lot of people come to me about mechanical mod questions. You know, what's a good one to get? What's good for comps? What's good for this? What's good for that? And he already owned this Timekeeper. This is his Timekeeper. He had some sort of sentimental value to the number 143, which this is batch number 1, and it's 143. So let me show you this on focus. Let me just focus it up. Okay. So you have number 143, batch 1. So let me, fucking so dark. Hold on one second. Okay. So you can see it says 143, Timekeeper, batch 1. Okay. So he went ahead and we were talking yesterday, as a matter of fact. Just yesterday we were talking. And he's like, dude, you still want that Timekeeper? Because I wanted to buy this Timekeeper from him. But he didn't want to let go of it because of sentimental value that he was attached to this device. Plus, his button on his Switch was stuck because this fell off a countertop from a decent drop, and it landed on a ceramic floor, and for some reason the button was stuck. So he's had it for months, and the button has not moved. It's been locked into position, and he was going to send it to Avidlyfe to see if they could replace the Switch, which they will do. You know, the AV guys, they will replace the Switch for you for a certain fee. Also, since this is a batch 1, number 143, he wanted to carry that serial number over to the new button. So he was going to ask them to laser etch on the new button, because the new buttons come blank. He wanted them to re-laser etch the same batch number and everything on that new Switch, and they were going to do it. You know, it costs a little bit of money to do it, but they will do it for you if you request it, okay? And that's a pretty cool company to actually, you know, take those lengths to keep their customers satisfied. Now, I've been wanting to get one of these timekeepers for a while. The timekeepers generally run for about $275, depending where you get it. A batch 1 timekeeper could run anywhere from $350 to $450 to $550. I mean, I've seen them priced really high because, you know, it's the batch 1, okay? And the Avidlyfe products, they always retain their value. If not, they increase in value, which is why I own a lot of Avidlyfe products, you know. A lot of the Avidlyfe products, like from Dom Piscopo, a friend of mine. I just recently bought his shock and awe off of him. It's a brass shock and awe. It's a VAPE product. It's got the biggest fucking amount of magnets I've ever seen on a device, and this thing looks like a 60 caliber gun shell, and it's a nice mod. It tapers off to a 22 millimeter in diameter RDA up top, and it's just a really hard-hitting mechanical mod. But the timekeepers I like because they're small, they're tapered, they're sleek, and they hit really hard. And the brass, when you shine them up, they look like gold. That's another thing about the Avidlyfe products. I like their brass. You know, their copper's good. I like their copper. Their copper's very conductive, but their brass seems to stand out the most, which is why 90% of the products I have from Avidlyfe is brass. Okay? I have some copper devices, but the brass I love the most, and that's just a personal preference. Okay? As far as the switch, I actually took the switch apart yesterday, and what happened is in these switches they have magnets, right? And on the magnet there was a piece of Kanthal stuck in there, like a little tiny cut piece of Kanthal. And when the device landed, it landed flat on the floor, where the Kanthal got jammed between the switch and the inner part of the inner switch outer body. So you have the outer body of the switch, but it was between the button itself and the actual inner part of the button. So the Kanthal was jammed in there, literally, and it didn't come free. So I actually freed it up and, you know, cleaned it up and did some wet sanding. And you know what? Works like brand new. It works like brand new. Nothing is bent. Nothing is ruined. Nothing is destroyed. And that's about it. It's a 3-piece design. So you have the bottom switch. So here's your bottom switch. Then you have your middle tube. So you have your middle tube right here. And it has female threads on one side, female threads on the other. And then you have your top piece where your 510 hybrid is. Okay. Now what I like about it is you never have any battery rattle. And when I put my batteries in, positive side down towards the switch, because that's where the venting is. So there's the venting at the bottom. So I keep my positive towards the bottom. Okay. And basically just screw on your switch. Screw the switch on and then screw in your 510 part. Let the 510 push into, you know, where the hybrid connection is, and little side to side rattle. Actually, no. There is no side to side. What am I talking about? It's actually pretty solid. And it hits really hard. I mean, all their devices hit very fucking hard. And I like that about the Avidlyfe. Avidlyfe products always hit hard and they always deliver. That's why I love the Avidlyfe so much. You know, you're spending a pretty penny on it, but at the same time, you're getting this guaranteed hard hit, which is nice. I build low on these devices, and I'm perfectly like secure with what I'm vaping on. You know, the timekeeper I do like though, because like I said, the tapered design of it, and it just feels good in the hand, and it looks cool. You know, you got these teardrip designs in it with the center dots that go all the way around the device itself. Okay, so it feels good in the hand when you hold it, right? And then when you just want to fire it, it's just so easy to fire it, basically. I mean, you just hit the button. I mean, there's nothing to it, really. But the timekeeper, I got to say, it's one of the most sought-after devices from the Avidlyfe, okay? The old-school VAPE products, they're very sought-after because they're like collector's editions, and they're worth a lot of money because they don't make them anymore. You know, the only thing that I know that they recently released is the Skyline series, the M1. They released it in like a silver, and they call it the M1.5, and that looks beautiful. And I would love to get my hands on one of those. That would be dope. But God knows how much they want for that thing. And you know what happens? People buy the entire batch up front, and then they turn around and sell it online for twice the amount that they paid for it. So you understand, it's kind of like, you know, it's kind of like buying jewelry. You know, people buy it for a lesser price and sell it for more money. You know, that's usually what ends up happening. But I'm a mech mod guy, and I like collecting mechanical mods. And for the most part, I really like collecting the Avidlyfe and AmeriVape products. Oh, not even for the whole retaining value bullshit and all that other stuff. I just like the way devices look on them. I got my Goon RDA on there with my Suck It Drip Tips tip up top. I can get a brass Goon and stick a brass Goon on here and brass it all out if I want. But I like the, you know, the brass stainless and with the green Suck It Drip Tips acrylic drip tip up top. I like the way that looks, you know. And it's so quick and so responsive. It's such a nice device. So I got to give a strong shout out to CASAA. Not only did I name a juice after him because of all the noble activities that he's done and that he's shown and displayed, but also for him letting go of this device, because I didn't pay for this device. I wanted to pay for it. I wanted to give him a device and trade out for it or pay for the device, but he literally came to me yesterday. He was like, dude, I want you to have it because of all the shit that you do. You know, for all the advocacy. He follows the advocacy. He does everything he can to keep vaping alive. This is just one person. And, you know, his name, Shot C, is the reason why we called him Shot C is because he's a little shot. You know, he's done things in the past where it's made him appear a little shot. But for someone who's known as Shot C and has an e-liquid named after him called Shot C, he does a lot of good things. He may be a little shot, but he does do a lot of good things. And he does a lot of good things for the vape community. And he's a very interesting person to know. Okay, so Shot C, big shout out to you, my brother. Thank you very much for this device. I'm loving it. You know, since our transaction yesterday with it, it's just fucking awesome. I tried giving him regulated devices, this and that. He would not accept it. He was feeling offended, and I was feeling offended that he wouldn't take something. But, you know, that's just the kind of people we are. So, you know, I'm very giving. He's very giving, you know. And when you have somebody who's very giving, you know, I understand where he's coming from. You know, like if you're a very giving person and somebody tries to give you something in exchange for it when you're trying to do a kind deed or a good deed, you don't want to take it because you feel kind of offended. I know where he's coming from. But I will give you something soon, Shot C. So don't even worry about that. All right. But all in all, yeah, Shot C, thank you very much for the timekeeper. I love this device. We're not going to do uppy closies and all that bullshit today. I mean, if you want to see a timekeeper, go online, Google timekeeper or Avidlyfe TK, you know, Google it. I just want to tell you my experience with it, okay? That's what my reviews are based on. They're based on my experiences, you know? I love this. It has monetary value to it to me today, has sentimental value to it to me today simply because Shot C had given me his fucking timekeeper. This guy literally gave me a $270 or $300 device, you know. That's pretty cool, you know. So I really appreciate Shot C for giving me this device. And I don't really know what more to say except give him a strong-ass shout-out. I did name a juice after him in the Crew Juice line. He didn't ask me to. And it was funny about naming him on the juice line because I used to go to the shop that, you know, he worked in. We used to hang out in there and talk all the time. And I played a little joke. I was just like, yeah, Jake, I'm going to name a juice line. There's one of his coworkers. So I was like, yeah, Jake, we're going to name a juice after you. And then Shotzi's like, man, you know, like you could see inside he was kind of hurting because he's a big supporter of Crew Juice. He's a big supporter of, you know, the crew and the channel and everything. And Jake, you know, he's a supporter, but he's not that big of a supporter. And then, you know, you have Shot C, who's like a huge supporter of what I do and backs me up 100%. And then he was just like, you know, you can see it in his looks like, all right, you know, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. But man, I wish Lou would have named the juice after me. So we kept the joke going for a while. And then, you know, one day when I finally came out with the line, we just gave him a bottle. Be like, yo, here, I got this for you. And then he looks at it. He's like, what the fuck? And he sees his name, Shot C, on it. So that was pretty cool. He was like, wow, man, this guy named the juice after me. This is crazy, you know. And if you're curious to know what Shot C flavor is, Shot C is a grapefruit lemonade. That's all it is. It's a nice, refreshing summertime vape. If it's summertime and it's hot and you like citrus vapes, try out Crew Juice. You know, I rarely ever talk about my juice with you guys. Most of you guys didn't even know I have a juice line. Okay, so there you go. Try Shot C. You may or may not like it. If not, try AFC. It stands for actual fucking cherry. It's a cherry-flavored e-liquid. Just a straight cherry-flavored e-liquid that doesn't taste like Robitussin at all. So if you vape on it and you tell me it tastes like Robitussin, you're full of shit. And the reason why I know that is because I don't put cherry flavoring in it. I mix up other shit that tastes like a cherry. So it'll never taste like Robitussin. All right? So from me to YouTube, peace out. Like, comment, and subscribe to these videos. And I'm out. And Shot C, peace, my brother. Thank you. I love this fucking device, and you are the man. Laters.